you're a real estate agent who's always wanted to break into the luxury real estate market, have you always dreamed of earning those big commissions that you see other real estate agents making on TV? You're not alone, and it is possible. Hey, if you're new to my channel, welcome to Real Estate Happens, the very first and longest running real estate show on the web. I'm John McQuilkin. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I am a real estate agent in Beverly Hills, California, and I sell luxury real estate. But that wasn't always the case. When I first became a real estate agent, I started out in the lower end of the market, working with first-time home buyers, because at that point, my confidence level wasn't at the point where I thought it needed to be to sell luxury real estate. Don't let that happen to you. If you're just new in real estate, or if you're already selling real estate, there's no time like the present to get into the luxury market. Again, I didn't feel worthy to sell real estate. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I lived in my car. I used to shower on Venice Beach. I used to brush my teeth in water fountains. So when I started selling real estate, I said, well, let me work with people that I know, right? First-time home buyers, yeah, I can work with those people. They're just like me. Well, you know what? Rich people are just like you too. They just have a lot more money. So don't have any negative stigmatization about rich people, because sure, there are some bad rich people, right? Just like there's bad poor people, but for the most part, rich people are pretty cool. They're nice people. They give a lot of money to charities, okay? Hey, having said charities, let's get right on to the next part. If you want to sell luxury real estate, you need to target rich people. And how are you going to meet rich people? You're going to do some charitable work. Don't say, oh, I don't have time to do charitable work. Yes, you do. Schedule it into your day. On Wednesdays at 1 p.m., I'm going to go to the soup kitchen and hand out food to the homeless. On Saturdays at 9 a.m., I'm going to go to this charitable group that plants trees all around the city to beautify the city. And while you're doing that, you're going to be meeting rich people, and their defenses will be down, because they're not thinking, oh, this guy's just trying to sell me something. They're going to think, wow, this is a really nice guy, and he's making me laugh while I hand out this food. So they're going to like you. And then by the end of the day, they might say, by the way, what do you do? And you'll say, oh, I am a real estate agent at such and such company. That's the best way to meet rich people. And join organizations that rich people are a part of. That is another way to meet rich people. Okay, another thing I need to tell you about rich people before I forget is, when you're working with first-time home buyers, they're your friend for life, okay? You sell them a home, they invite you to their barbecues in the summer, and you go because it's a lot of fun and they're great people. But when you're working with high-end luxury real estate buyers or sellers, when the transaction is done, you're dismissed. So don't take it personally, okay? Unless you somehow bond with them and you find a common interest, then that's different. But for the most part, they think of you as an employee, and when the job is done, they dismiss you. But that doesn't mean they don't like you, so stay in touch with them, because when they go to sell again or when they go to buy another property, they're going to call you and work with you again, as long as you're professional. So that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for a friend, they're looking for a professional. So know your business, know everything you can about real estate, and represent them in the best way possible. Another thing is, you need to be an expert in the industry. So if you sell real estate, you better know everything you can about real estate. And if you're sitting in an open house in a luxury market, make sure you know every house that is available in that market. Because you don't want someone coming to your open house, a person ready to spend $4, $5, $10 million, and say, look, this house isn't right for me, but what can you tell me about that house down the street that is for sale? And then you're like, well, sir, I'm not familiar with that house, but let me look it up on my smartphone. Well, while you're scrolling on your phone for that property, they're going to be out of the house going on to the next house. So what you need to do, you need to say, oh, I'm glad you asked me about that house. That is a fabulous house. You're going to love it, and you're going to give them all the specs on that house. You're going to just start telling them everything you can about that house. But then you're going to go one better. You're going to have flyers made up for every house that is available in that neighborhood, so that if they ask for a particular house, you're going to say, oh, I'm so glad you asked. Here you go. Here's a brochure for that house. But it's not going to have the listing agent's information on it. It's going to have your information on it. And if it happens to be open that day, you're going to say, why don't you go by the open house and check it out? And I'll go ahead and call the agent and let him know that you are on your way. That way they won't bother you, and they'll just let you walk around the house at your leisure and not try to hard sell you. That is an expert, and that is something that they're going to like and respect, okay? So if you're doing an open house, make it work for you. Just don't be sitting on the sofa and say, yeah, have a look around. When those people come in, treat them, say if it's a $5 million sale, think about how much commission you're going to be making and treat them with the respect that they deserve, because they're going to be spending a lot of money. So you better be on your feet, you better look professional, and you better know your business. You better know every house that is available in that market. So how do you have to dress when you target rich people? It just depends on the area that you work. Like in Beverly Hills, we have to be upscale casual, so that's what I do. Now, I've said this before in other videos, like down in Miami, they show up in flip-flops and shorts. But again, I would even think in Miami, if you're selling multi-million dollar homes in Miami, I think it's best to maybe leave the flip-flops at home, at least for the first time that you're meeting a new buyer or seller in South Florida. But hey, you guys know your market better than I do. So if you're working the South Florida market, let me know what you wear when you go to a listing appointment. Again, in Beverly Hills, it's upscale casual. You don't have to wear a suit like most agents do in New York City, but you do have to look good. That means have nice shoes. If they're leather shoes, make sure they're clean and looking good. If they're tennis shoes, then make sure they're brand new shoes and that they're really cool tennis shoes, okay? But just be very professional in your attire. It's one of the best ways to look professional, and for them to look at you and say, this guy knows what he's doing and he's a sharp dresser. I think I can hire this guy. Okay, what else do I have for you? Okay, another way to get high-end buyers is work the international market. Because look, if you're brand new to the luxury market and you're going after listings, it's going to be very hard. And here's why. They're going to ask you, what homes have you sold in this area? And if those homes are all $2-3 million homes, and you're like, well, I haven't sold any homes in this area, but I just sold this house over here for $250,000, they're probably not going to hire you unless they really like you a lot. So to break into the luxury market, first target buyers, luxury buyers. So what I did was I targeted international buyers. I targeted buyers in Dubai. I am probably the most recognized American real estate agent in Dubai. How did I do it? Okay, I bought Facebook ads for Dubai, and I advertised my website and my Facebook business page and my Twitter accounts. I also did it for Australia. I did it for New Zealand. So that's one way to target international buyers. That way, if they end up buying a home in, say in Beverly Hills for $3.5 million, and then 2 months later, I'm going on a listing appointment in that same neighborhood, when they ask me, well, what homes have you sold in this area? I'll say, well, I haven't had any listings in this neighborhood, but I just sold a house 2 months ago on Elm Street for $3.5 million to one of my clients from Dubai. And I have many other high net worth clients in Dubai who are looking for homes in this neighborhood. So if you hire me, you're going to get my vast network of buyers from Dubai. Another thing I wanted to say is, if you're sending printed material in the mail to high net worth individuals, make sure it represents you in the best light. Make sure your brand is displayed in the best light possible. So make sure you use high quality paper, use glossy photographs. Make sure that it represents you in the best way possible. Because if it doesn't, it might end there. They might not even pick up the phone or contact you whatsoever. But if your materials represent you in the most professional way possible, it might just get your foot in the door. Well, I hope this video has helped you. If it did, make sure you hit the like button, because that helps me so much if you hit that like button. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button. That way you'll get my videos as soon as I upload them. If you have any additional questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer all your questions, because it is my sincerest hope that you become the most successful real estate agent that you can be. And it all starts with taking the first step. So again, if you're not working in the luxury real estate market now, get into it as soon as you can. And if you're a first-time agent, if you're a brand new agent, why not just start at the very top? Well, that's it for today's show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to have another video for you real soon. I promise you that. So until then, take care, everybody. I'm John McQuilkin, and I'll see you in real estate.